Hello everyone and welcome to the live stream. This is a very quick follow-up live stream. The last one was only about 12 hours ago. I don't think I've done live streams this close together since the lockdown era. But I did say in the one 12 hours ago, I said, look, if I get a chance to come on and help people, I will. It went really well. So I thought I would see if anybody was available at this time of day, hitting totally different time zones for people, so we will see. I've not promoted this stream at all, so we will see if anybody is available. So I guess if you're listening to this on like the rerun at a later time, I do apologise if nobody if nobody comes anytime soon. I just don't know. It's not been promoted, so I will keep you updated. Wait, I think somebody is in here. Right on cue. Please say hi. Let me know whereabouts in the world you are from. So the person in the stream so far has not said anything. For those listening, please say hello. We can get this stream started. Please feel free to ask your questions. And we will see if anybody else joins. Oh, somebody else is here. Please say hello. Welcome to the live stream. Please say hi. Let me know whereabouts in the world you are from. And feel free to discuss your situation. Don't be shy. As I always say, it's only your username. Nobody knows who you are. If you want to explain what's on your mind, talk about your breakup or whatever. Some people want life coaching support, dating advice, ex-back strategies. It's all good. But it can only begin when you tell me about how you're feeling. We've got a number of voyeurs, but nobody who is seemingly wanting to get involved. Again, the stream can only be as good as the questions and the conversation in it. Yesterday's was really good. For those of you who may have been involved in that one, I appreciate this is a very different time of day, hitting different time zones, different people. It's not been promoted, but look, this is a breakup support live stream. So if something's on your mind, get it into the conversation. I'm trying to make this the most positive breakup community online. I do believe a lot of the others have become negative echo chambers. This isn't the case here. So don't be shy and just speak about your situation. Even if you were in a breakup, maybe you're not really feeling that way anymore, which is great. Tell me about where you're at in your life. You know, I'm a life coach, relationship coach, and breakup coach. So wherever you're at, you know, I would feel confident I can try and lift you to that next level. Who is going to be the first person to break cover? You know, there's got to be someone. We've still got a couple of people in the stream who are seemingly waiting, probably for the other to say something. But look, come on. It's time to be brave. Even more people have joined the stream. Please say hi. Let's try and get this stream started. Anybody listening on the replay is going to be thinking, is anything ever going to start? Well, the people are coming in, but we need someone to say hello. Tell me about whereabouts in the world you are from, your situation, what brings you to my channel, how you're feeling. Let's get this going. I've got a podcast uploading It's already scheduled for just less than 2 hours time. That will be uploaded. Please check that out. If you like my podcast, it's going to be an interesting one. It's connected to a comment that somebody left me. So it's kind of aimed at the comment, but it's also got a broader message attached as well. So I'd like to think it could help as many of you as possible. But again, I just sound like a broken record, but if you're in the stream right now, please say hi. Tell me about your situation. This is what these streams are about: breakup support, but also life coaching support, relationship support, dating advice, motivation, accountability. It's all there. But I can't really help you unless I know what's going on in your life. So don't be shy, don't be nervous about typing what's going on in your life. You've just got a username. Nobody will know, nobody will connect it. Just release that emotion. And so many people say they've got nobody to talk to. Well, here is that opportunity. Here is that chance. So my suggestion would be, if you've got something on your mind, to type it up and put it into the chat. Now, I'm going to be around for a little while, but unless somebody says hi, I mean, like I said, yesterday's live stream was really good. We had a number of people getting involved, and they said it helped, which is the aim. That's what we need today. Maybe at this time of day, people are shyer. Maybe there's a lot more quiet people at this time of day. We've had people coming into the stream on and off throughout. Wow, it's already been 15 minutes. 15 minutes of people coming in and out. Some sticking around for a few minutes. But nobody as of yet has sent a message. Nobody's typed into the chat. I'm going to be here for a little while, but it's not going to be overly interesting until we get some people asking the questions about the situation. This is a breakup support live. If you are feeling that you need support, this is the place to be, but I need to know what's happening to provide you with that support. So I'm still here, just getting on with some other things in the background whilst I wait to see if anybody actually wants to say hi. Oh, again, more people have joined the stream. Lots of people have come in and out, but we've not yet had somebody say hi. Please, if you would like to start this stream, say hello, explain the situation that you're in, tell me about where in the world you are from, and I can support you in that way. But it all begins with you typing into the chat. So let's see if these newest people will do that. I keep saying it, but yesterday we had a lot of people typing into the chat. It was a great stream. Today I've done it at a very different time of day, trying to support people in different time zones and whatnot, and availability. We've had the people coming in and they've been sticking around. You know, I can see on their analytics. Some people have stuck around for quite a while, but nothing has been said. You know, please do not be shy. Say hello, and let's properly get this started. You know, if you're worried about something's on your mind, if you're troubled, if you feel you have nobody to talk to, this is the place. Release the emotion, get things off your chest, ask the question. This is where you can do that. And here we go. Here we go. We've got our first person of today, and it is Jake. Hi, Vincent. Jake from California, but currently traveling in the Philippines. Wow, how are you finding traveling? I mean, are you going across Asia? Are you staying in the Philippines? How are you finding things? And what's happening with you? What's your situation, Jake? Oh, and it's like buses. You wait a while for one, and then they all come at once. Gregory. Hey there, I'm in the US. Been with my ex-girlfriend for 2 years. She's going through some rough patches and told me she wants to break up and work on things, but still wants to be friends. I've declined. Wow. Okay, so a lot going on there. Interesting as well. Just on a side topic, you're from the US. At this time of day, I wasn't sure whether many people in the US would even be available, but it's great to have you in here. Okay, so Gregory has said also, I've been in no contact for a month and I don't know what to do. Okay, let's break this down. Been in a relationship with girlfriend for 2 years. She's going through some rough patches, so obviously something is going off in her own life, as in something away from the relationship. That's what I'm gaining from this. And told me she wants to break up and work on things, but still wants to be friends, and I've declined. I personally believe that is the right decision. You know, declining a friendship is not being rude, as long as you are not doing it in a rude way. But if you accept friendship, then you will be literally friend zoning yourself. And what that means is at some stage, she will be entitled to get a new boyfriend, and you are quote unquote the friend. So I believe you've done the right thing. Now, you've been in no contact for a month. Now, this means you are literally going through what could be argued as the worst grind. You know, you are a stage 1 dumpy. You're in the thick of it, okay? It might feel like that there's nothing more you can do, but there's absolutely things you can do, but they're mainly about focusing on yourself and getting everything in order. The average amount of time that I see dumpers reaching out to dumpies is in that 6 to 12 month mark. So you are nowhere near that average, but with Christmas and New Year coming up, you might get a break. You might get an opportunity that a lot of dumpies don't. I'm not saying you will. I also don't know enough about your situation. But right now, you need to be staying motivated. You probably also need an accountability partner. And you also need some strategy. Now, I'm not saying that you want to speak with me, but whether you speak with me, whether you speak with somebody else, I do believe that you need somebody to almost keep you on track. Because the problem that you will find is that you're going to have many days in the coming month particularly where you feel like reaching out. And those moments could be the difference between you regrowing the attraction necessary in her mind, and unfortunately that not playing out the way that we need it to play out. So, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, because I would like to think I've got over 1,000 podcasts. There's another one uploading in just over an hour. You need the support. You need to stay motivated. People who are stage 1 dumpees are much more likely to fall off the wagon. If you fall off the wagon here, if you accept her friendship, if you reach out, if you do something such as that, it could potentially affect things going forward. So what I would say, Gregory, the first thing is we need to take your mindset off her and put it on you. That is the crucial thing to state. Because as much as you might be thinking I'm not doing anything, you absolutely are if you're implementing no contact correctly. Now, I don't know if you're implementing my version of a rule or somebody else's, but in a general sense, and again, I know very little about what's going on here, but generally speaking, you should never be contacting her again unless she contacts you first. So that's what I would say initially, Gregory, to you. Jake has said, working for a bank on some development. Oh, wow. Okay, that's incredible. So you're not, if I understand it right, Jake, you're not doing the kind of classic backpacking. You're working for a bank on some development in Paradise. Incredible. I've been following you for over 3 years after my divorce. Oh, gosh. Wow, you have really helped me a lot. My ex left me after almost 30 years at my lowest point, brain tumour. I went no contact for me at work. Oh, wow. Gosh, I'm so sorry to hear about all of that. Very appreciative that you have found my support to be helpful. What is your current situation right now, Jake? Like, where are you at? Are you... how would you describe your mindset? I know you say that you're in Paradise, you're working on the bank or in the bank, but how are you feeling? What are your goals and aspirations? We're at a time in December where it's really important to get those goals in order for the new year. A lot of people find me due to breakups, but not as many people realise that I'm a life coach. And my aim is to always take people to the next level. It's funny to think, actually, that a number of people that have been my audio coaching clients for quite some time, it develops into something where it's not necessarily even about breakups. It's more about life coaching, goals, dreams, aspirations, moving up in your own mindset and your achievements. So there's always something to grab onto. There's always something to move on to as well. I'm so sorry to hear about the down moments you've suffered, Jake, but I'm really hopeful that now you are in a better place. Let me know whereabouts you are in your mind now. And for anybody who feels that audio coaching could help you in whatever way that might be, just send me an email, vincent@dateme.tips. Okay? Send me an email, and you know what? How about this? For anybody who is in today's live stream and you're on the fence, I'm happy to give you a free 30-minute audio coaching call so you can get a taster. I can't be fairer than that. I think it's because it's near Christmas. I'm feeling particularly, particularly generous and wanting to help people. If anybody listening believes that audio coaching might be something that could help you, but you're not entirely sure, send me an email, vincent@dateme.tips, and in the subject, this is the crucial bit, in the subject, type free. Free, free, okay? So I know you was in the live stream, because this is a special offer just for the people who are listening to today's live stream. So if you send me an email and you don't type free in the subject, then I will not know that you are part of this. So to get that offer, type free in the subject, send me an email, vincent@dateme.tips, and I will give you a 30-minute audio coaching call for nothing, for free. And then you can get a real taster to see if it could be something that could help you in whatever position that you are in. Jake has said, I have 4 wonderful sons. I'm in a good place with my bank. Brain surgery was successful. Incredible. That's fantastic news, Jake. Big goals pretty much done. Would like to find love but no rush. Well, the offer is there for you there, Jake. As a life coach, relationship coach and breakup coach, I get to support people in the different angles and perspectives. And the dating angle, especially modern dating, is something that quite a few people email me about. Because it has changed. It's changed in the last 5 years, let alone 10, 20, 30 years. So the offer is open to you and to everybody in today's live stream. If you send me an email, vincent@dateme.tips, and if you type in free into the subject, I will give you a 30-minute audio coaching call for free to see if it could help you. Oh my gosh, wow. Jake's just given me a super chat. That is incredible. Thank you so much, Jake. Wow. Merry Christmas to you. I'm not sideways. Thank you so much. That is so, so kind. I really, really appreciate that, Jake. Astonishing kindness. I really want to give you that free call now, Jake. Especially, send me an email. And if you're wanting that support on dating, self-improvement, getting back out there when you feel ready, I'll give you that free call. And then you can see if beyond that, audio coaching could be something which works for you. But I'm incredibly grateful for that super chat. Thank you so much. We've had more people join the stream. This is your opportunity. Tell me about where you're at, how you're feeling, your situation. This is your chance. This is your moment. Get it off your chest. Let's take things to the next level. Whether you're going through that breakup or whether you've come out the other side, there's always new steps to climb. Don't hold back. Don't be scared. Don't think I'm going to sit in the shadows. That is not going to help you. Type into the chat. Tell me about where you're from. And let's get this going. As I've already said, anybody in today's live stream can have a free 30-minute audio coaching call with me to see if it works for you by sending me an email, vincent@dateme.tips, and in the subject bar, type free, F-R-E-E. If you don't do that, I won't know you was in the stream, and this offer is only for people in today's live stream. Let's build that positive atmosphere. Let's stop being happy with okay. Sometimes okay is the enemy. And obviously if you've been through a very difficult time, and feeling okay is a wonderful step forward. But we shouldn't be happy with just sticking at okay. We need to be feeling fantastic. Obviously not all of the time, that's not realistic. But we need to raise the levels. Let's stop being so complacent in our life. Let me lift you, but I can only do that if you get involved. Gregory and Jake have already been putting messages into the chat. And these live streams are only as good as the comments and messages within them. So I can see so many of you now. You're in the stream. You're listening. You're waiting for something to happen. But I could be helping you. I could be actively helping you right now, giving you advice, giving you suggestions. I've been doing this job since 2018. It's almost like you are standing outside the door of a therapist, and you're kind of just listening in but you should be actually walking through the door and, typing your comment here. This is your opportunity. So many people say to me, I've got no one to talk to. Nobody will listen. Nobody will give me advice. Here's your moment. And Gregory and Jake, if you're still in the chat, feel free to continue asking your questions. You two are carrying this. And everybody else is just sitting on and watching. That's up to them. But you're not going to be getting the most out of it. Whether your questions are about breakups, dating, relationships, whether they are regarding life coaching, accountability, motivation, time management, getting a job. That is something that a lot of people are finding difficult in this day and age. All of those things are possible. You've just got to ask. Jake has said, I'd like to find a woman like that, but carefully. I mean, the thing is, Jake, from what you've said, you've got some wonderful foundations laid down. You've just got to try and really navigate how you achieve those goals. And look, I've offered this free 30-minute call to everybody, as I've said already. But for you, Jake, after making that incredibly kind super chat donation, I really want to try and help you in that regard. Shoot me an email, Jake. Vincent@dateme.tips. AG is here. Hi, AG. Hey, Vincent. How are you doing? I'm doing good, AG. How are you? Please let me know whereabouts in the world you are from and tell me your situation. It's great to have more people breaking cover, typing into the chat. I'd love to know how you're all doing, whereabouts in the world you are from, what are your biggest challenges at this time. So far we've had somebody that's going through a breakup, very early days for that person. We've got Jake, who is interested in finding a new partner, new romantic option. And with AG, we're waiting to see what they have to say as well. AG, have you been in one of my live streams before? I vaguely recognise the username. I can't remember if you have or you haven't. AG, I'm in the UK. I've been in your live stream before and your advice is very comforting. Thank you, AG. I thought I recognised your username. Well, I appreciate that you find the advice comforting. Thank you very much for sharing that. More people have joined the stream. Hello. Please let me know whereabouts you are from and how you are feeling. AG has said, an ex left me on New Year's Eve, so I'm finding this time of year challenging. Gosh, so that is obviously nearly a year ago, unless it was prior New Year's Eves and even further back than that. This time of year can be very difficult for everybody involved, in particular if you have those additional triggers of which it actually took place round about now. And that can be really, really difficult. But what you need to be trying to hold on to here is, and I don't know whether you want your ex back or not, but what we can say for certain is that you are going to be in their mindset over this time of year. I mean, what happened, yes, it was their choice, but also it shows that when they reflect back on, last year or prior New Year's Eves, you're going to be there in their mind. And even though it was ending the relationship, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be viewing you in a negative way. They could actually be starting to feel regret. And that can sometimes be the initial trigger into eventually bringing somebody back into messaging you. So I would say what you've got to try and do is focus on you and not them, not the situation, and believe that you're going to be fine whatever happens. And if you can do that, then you will actually possibly be in a stronger mindset than they are. When they reflect backwards, they probably haven't heard from you in all that time, and they're going to be wondering about what's going on in your life. That can be the intrigue. He had secretly been seeing someone else, but I heard that it ended a few weeks ago. Gosh, okay, so seeing somebody else is a horrible thought. It's a terrible experience, but now you've heard that it's ended a few weeks ago. However you heard that, I don't know. But that now means that they are single. Now, do you even want somebody back who did that? Now, I'm not saying you do, I'm not saying you don't. But with all of that being said, there's possibly an even greater chance of them self-reflecting on you and their relationship, and possibly being in a position where they want to reach out. Sending a Happy New Year message is a message that a dumper might decide to send because it doesn't feel too risky in a way. There is an excuse, you could argue. A friend of a friend told me. So it shows that there are those connections still. They could be what almost holds you, that kind of a link, again, can sometimes be helpful. It can also cause problems at times, but having a friend of a friend, it can really lead to a possibility of where there could be communication via other ways. Jake has said, you don't want to be a rebound to a rebound. Being a rebound to a rebound is definitely not going to be fun most of the time. I try to keep an open mind about whether people want to take back cheaters. I've heard of some successful reconnections, so I'm not going to be judging anybody. I understand and respect people who say, I do not want to take my ex back because they cheated. I get that, I respect that. But I also understand that there can be a way through and a path back. So I keep open-minded. It depends on how both people feel and what they want. But obviously, a lot of trust needs to be rebuilt. So as we start to come towards the end of today's stream, probably stay for a little while longer. Again, just to say, if you would like a free 30-minute audio coaching call, send me an email, vincent@dateme.tips. Type in the subject bar, free, and I will get back to you and we will work this out. This is an offer just for people in the stream. So if you don't type 3 into the subject, I will not know that you were in the stream and the offer will not be put to you. So anybody who is listening now, maybe those people listening on the replay, you also have that chance. It's for those people who've been involved in today's live stream. If you feel an audio coaching call could help you, I can't be fairer than offering you a 30-minute freebie. So let me know in an email if that could be for you. And it's been an interesting stream today. I didn't promote it, so nobody was expecting this to happen. I did it at a very different time of day to when I might normally do them. But I'm really great to be able to speak to, different people at different times. AG has said, Jake, I agree, though I am a woman and X is a man. See, you never know. You can never know from a username. So I'm just going to wait and see if anybody else wants to say any last comments, especially maybe those who haven't yet said hello. If you want that opportunity to do so, please jump into the chat now. Somebody else has just joined the stream. Now listen, whoever you are that's just joined, if you would like to ask your breakup questions, dating questions, relationship, life coaching, whatever it is you might be interested in getting off your chest, please do. Type it into the chat. I'm going to be going offline in the near future. So this is your moment. We've had a lot of people today who have been in the chat but not really wanted to say anything. That's fine. But if you would like advice, if you would like support, if you would like a question answered, please type into the chat. I used the analogy earlier. It's like being and standing outside a therapist's room and not walking inside. You're just standing outside listening. That's not going to help you in your specific situation. So if you would like that help and support, this is your moment to type something. Thank you, Gregory, by the way, if you are still in here, for coming in and asking your question. Jake, thank you so much for that incredibly kind super chat. AG, it's been a pleasure having you in here as well. We will just wait those last few minutes and see if anybody else comes and materializes. Someone else has just come into a live stream. These people keep coming in and not saying very much. This is really coming up to the last chance as we close off the stream. If you have any breakup questions, dating, relationship, life coaching, if you need advice or support, this is the moment to now try and ask your question. I will be closing off very shortly. Thank you to everybody who has contributed. But with more people popping in, I just want to give everybody a chance. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for being part of the stream. Incredibly grateful to Jake for his wonderful donation. Thank you, everybody, and goodbye.